What's up, everyone, and welcome back to City Hit List. Today, we are going to one of the most famous vacation spots in the entire Midwest, Wisconsin Dells. But I'm not here to show you the giant water parks you've already seen a million times. No. I challenged myself to find the most insane, hidden, and unique things to do in this city, and what I found is going to blow your mind. We're talking about places most tourists walk right past, secrets that only the locals know about, and experiences you literally cannot get anywhere else on the planet. This isn't your average travel guide. We're going completely off the beaten path. I'm talking about squeezing through ancient moss-covered canyons, taking a horse-drawn carriage through a secret valley, and even having dinner at a place so hidden in the woods it feels like you've stepped into another world. I've got my wallet, I've got my crew, and we are about to uncover every single hidden gem this city has to offer. You are not going to believe what we found just minutes away from the main strip. So, if you thought you knew Wisconsin Dells, get ready, because you're about to see a side of it you never knew existed. I'm putting these hidden gems to the test to see if they're actually worth your time and money. Are they truly legendary, or just tourist traps in disguise? We're about to find out. Strap in, because this is the ultimate guide to the real Wisconsin Dells. Let's go. All right, for our first hidden gem, we are heading to a place that looks like it was ripped straight out of an Indiana Jones movie. This is Witch's Gulch, and I am telling you the pictures do not do it justice. To even get here, you have to take a boat tour, which already makes it feel super exclusive and secret. You cruise down the Wisconsin River, and then out of nowhere, you dock at this tiny landing, and you step off into a completely different world. It's insane. The temperature drops like 15 degrees the second you walk in. The path is this narrow, winding boardwalk that squeezes between these massive, moss-covered sandstone cliffs that tower over you. It feels like the walls are closing in, but in the most awesome way possible. Every single corner you turn reveals another crazy rock formation, with ferns growing out of the cracks and water dripping down the sides. It's so quiet and mysterious in here. You can literally hear your own footsteps echoing off the canyon walls. It's hard to believe this natural wonder is just a few miles from all the noisy water parks. This is an actual real-life adventure. I spent like an hour just walking back and forth, finding all the little hidden nooks and crannies. There are these whirlpool chambers carved into the rock by water over thousands of years, and they look absolutely unreal. We were the only people in some sections, and it felt like we had discovered a lost world. For real, if you come to the Dells and you skip this, you are making a huge mistake. This is one of the coolest things I have ever seen, and we're just getting started. Okay, so you thought the last canyon was cool. We are ditching the boat for a horse-drawn carriage. This is Lost Canyon Tours, and it's the longest and deepest land canyon in all of Wisconsin. And the only way you can see it is on one of these old school wagons. The moment we got on, I knew this was going to be something special. You can hear the clip-clop of the horse's hooves, and it's so much more peaceful than a loud tour bus. Our guide was this awesome guy who knew everything about the canyon. He was telling us all these crazy stories about the pioneers who used to hide out here and the history of the rock formations. The horses pull you right into this super narrow gorge, and the sandstone cliffs are so close you can literally reach out and touch them from your seat. It's a mile-long journey, and every single second of it is just stunning. The sunlight filters down through the trees, making everything look magical. This is 1,000 times better than being stuck in traffic on the main strip. The best part is how secluded it feels. You're deep in this canyon, surrounded by nature, with just the sound of the horses and the guide's voice. It's the kind of experience you just can't replicate. You're not just looking at something cool, you're a part of it. We saw little caves, incredible patterns in the rock, and just felt totally disconnected from the modern world for a little while. For a family or anyone wanting a truly unique and relaxing adventure, this is an absolute must-do. It's a 10 out of 10 hidden gem. Next up, we're taking a break from nature to dive into some mind-blowing history. I'm standing in front of the H.H. Bennett Studio, and this place is basically ground zero for tourism in Wisconsin Dells. This guy, Henry Hamilton Bennett, was a photographer back in the 1800s, and he's the reason people started coming here in the first place. He was like the original influencer, but instead of Instagram, he used these giant old school cameras. He was a legit genius. Walking inside is like stepping into a time machine. They have his original studio, his dark room, and all of his crazy camera equipment perfectly preserved. This guy literally invented a camera that could take panoramic photos back in the 1870s.
That's insane. But the most famous thing he did was take a picture of his son jumping between two massive pillars of rock over the Dells.
It's called Leaping the Chasm, and it became one of the most famous photos of its time. It basically went viral before the internet even existed. They have a whole exhibit where you can see his 3D stereoscopic photos, which were like the original virtual reality. You look through these old viewers, and the black and white photos pop out at you in 3D. It's so cool to see the Dells exactly as it looked over 150 years ago. This isn't some boring museum. It's the story of a guy who used his creativity to put this entire town on the map. If you're a history buff or love photography, you cannot miss this place. It's a true hidden piece of American history. All right, enough history. It's time to hang out with some animals. We are at the Wisconsin Deer Park, and this place has been a Dells classic since 1952. And let me tell you, this is not your average zoo experience. The moment you walk in, you are surrounded by hundreds of deer, and they are not shy at all. You can buy some crackers, and they will literally come right up and eat them straight out of your hand. It's one of the craziest and coolest animal encounters I've ever had, honestly. We bought like 10 bags of crackers and were immediately swarmed. There are deer of all shapes and sizes, from tiny little fawns to huge bucks with massive antlers. They're super gentle, and it's just an incredible feeling to be able to get this close to them. You can walk around this huge 40-acre park and just hang out with the deer wherever you want. We spent so much time just sitting on the grass, feeding them and petting them. It's so peaceful and fun. But it's not just deer. They also have elk, bison, and even Japanese sika deer. You can see these giant animals up close, which is awesome. But the main event is definitely feeding the white-tailed deer. It's such a simple concept, but it's so effective. Kids would absolutely lose their minds here. But honestly, my friends and I were having the time of our lives. If you want a hands-on, unforgettable animal experience, the Wisconsin Deer Park is an absolute legend. I've always wanted to mine for treasure, and today, that dream is coming true. We're at the Dells Mining Company, and this place is one of the most unique hands-on experiences in the entire city. It looks like an old-timey mining camp, and the whole idea is that you get to sift through buckets of dirt and rock to find your own precious gemstones. And I'm not talking about boring old rocks. You can find amethyst, emeralds, rubies, and dozens of other cool gems. They give you a huge bucket of what they call mining rough, and you take it over to this long trough of flowing water called a flume. You pour your dirt into a sifter box, dip it in the water, and start shaking. As the dirt and sand wash away, all these colorful, shiny gems start to appear. It's so satisfying. The first time I saw a bright purple amethyst pop out of the mud, I actually yelled. It's like a real-life treasure hunt, and you get to keep everything you find. I got super competitive, seeing if I could find the biggest or the rarest gem. I found some incredible stuff, a huge piece of rose quartz, a bunch of garnets, and even a little topaz. And it's not just for kids. Every single adult there was just as into it as I was. You can even pay to have your best gems cut and polished and turned into jewelry right there on site. This is such a cool, interactive hidden gem that lets you get your hands dirty and go home with some actual treasure. I love this place. After all that excitement, we needed to find a place to chill out, and we found the perfect spot. This is Mirror Lake State Park, and it is the complete opposite of the busy Dells Strip. The name is not a joke. The lake is so calm and still that it perfectly reflects the sky and the huge sandstone cliffs that surround it. It's absolutely breathtaking. There are no speedboats allowed here, which means it's incredibly quiet and peaceful. All you can hear are birds and the sound of your paddle hitting the water. We rented some kayaks and paddled out onto the lake, and it was one of the most serene experiences ever. The water is like glass. You paddle right alongside these 50-foot high cliffs, which are covered in trees and ferns. There are these narrow passages you can paddle through that feel like secret water highways. We explored for hours, just gliding across the water and taking in the insane views. It feels like you're a million miles away from civilization, even though you're just a 10-minute drive from the water parks. This is the ultimate hidden gem for anyone who loves the outdoors or just needs a break from the crowds. You can go kayaking, canoeing, or just hike on the trails that go all around the lake. We saw a family of ducks, a turtle sunbathing on a log, and just felt totally connected to nature. If you want to see the natural beauty that made the Dells famous in the first place, you have to spend a day at Mirror Lake. It's so peaceful, it's almost unbelievable. We've had a huge day of exploring, and now it's time for the most legendary dinner spot in all of Wisconsin Dells. This is the Ishnala Supper Club, and it is not just a restaurant, it is an event. First of all, it's hidden deep in the woods, right on the shore of Mirror Lake. The building itself is this massive log cabin built around giant pine trees. I'm not kidding. There are actual trees growing through the floor and out the roof of the dining room. It feels like you're eating in the world's most epic treehouse. The views are absolutely unreal. The entire back wall of the restaurant is made of glass and looks out over the lake. We got a table right by the window as the sun was setting, and it was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. They don't take reservations, so you have to just show up. But waiting is part of the experience. They have these awesome outdoor bars and cozy fire pits where you can hang out and have one of their famous old-fashioned cocktails while you wait for your table. It's a whole vibe. And the food? It's classic Wisconsin Supper Club food, but done perfectly. We're talking giant steaks, fresh seafood, and all the classic sides. I got the prime rib and it was incredible. But honestly, you're here for the atmosphere. Eating a 5-star meal while watching the sunset over a glassy lake from inside a log cabin treehouse, it's an experience that is impossible to beat. It's expensive for sure, but for a special occasion. This isn't just a hidden gem, it's the crown jewel of Wisconsin Dells. All right, it's time to get weird. We are standing in front of Ripley's Believe It or Not auditorium, and you can't miss it. There's literally a giant plane crashed into the side of the building. While Ripley's is a known brand, the Dells location is packed with so many bizarre and unique exhibits that it still feels like a hidden gem of pure strangeness. This isn't your typical museum of paintings and sculptures. This is a museum of the impossible and the unbelievable. The second you walk in, your brain starts to melt. There are shrunken heads, a 2-headed calf, a portrait of Mr. Beast made entirely out of candy. Okay, maybe not that last one, but there should be. We saw a robot made of old scrap metal that was taller than me, a section of the Berlin Wall, and a dizzying vortex tunnel that completely messes with your balance. I almost fell over like 3 times walking through it. It's just room after room of things that make you say, no way. My favorite part was all the interactive stuff. There are puzzles you can try to solve, optical illusions, that trick your eyes, and just so many photo opportunities. It's 3 floors of pure, unadulterated weirdness. It's the kind of place that reminds you that the world is a much stranger place than you think. If you're tired of the same old attractions and want to see something that will genuinely surprise and entertain you, the auditorium is an absolute must visit. It's a carnival of curiosities, and it's awesome. Well, you guys know I love animals, so we had to check out one more animal park, but this one is different. This is the Timbavati Wildlife Park, and they have some of the most exotic animals I have ever seen in my life. We're talking tigers, kangaroos, giraffes, and rhinos. It's like a slice of the African savanna right here in the middle of Wisconsin. The park is huge, and you can tell they really care about the animals here. The absolute coolest thing you can do here is the VIP giraffe encounter. They take you up to this high platform that puts you right at eye level with the giraffes, and then you get to feed them. I held out a piece of lettuce, and this giant giraffe just leaned over and scooped it up with its crazy long purple tongue. It was one of the most insane and amazing things I've ever done. Being that close to such a massive and gentle creature is an unforgettable experience. But that's not all. You can also ride a train that takes you through the Wisconsin tundra, where you see huge herds of grazing animals like wildebeest and zebra. We also fed parakeets in this giant aviary where they land all over you. It's so interactive and hands-on. Timbavati isn't just a place where you look at animals behind a fence. It's a place where you can actually connect with them. For any animal lover, this park is a must-stop on your Wisconsin Dells trip. For our final hidden gem, we are doing something completely different. We're not exploring nature or feeding animals. We're going bowling. But this isn't just any bowling alley. This is Chalet Lanes and Lounge, and it is a pure, uncut slice of local Dells life. This place is a total time capsule. It has that amazing retro 1970s vibe with the wood paneling, the classic ball returns, and the old school scoring screens. It's the kind of place your parents probably went on dates. This is where the locals hang out. It's not flashy, it's not trying to be a huge tourist attraction, and that's what makes it so awesome. It's just a genuine, fun, and affordable place to have a good time. We rented a couple of lanes, and it was an absolute blast. There's something so satisfying about the sound of a real bowling ball hitting real wooden pins. It's a welcome break from all the high-tech, over-the-top attractions in the rest of the city. The lounge part is just as cool. It's this cozy little bar where you can grab a pitcher of beer and some classic bar food. We just sat back, bowled a few games, and soaked in the authentic local charm. This is the perfect spot to end your day, escape the crowds, and just have some simple classic fun. Chalet Lanes is proof that sometimes the best hidden gems are the simplest ones. It's not trying to be anything more than what it is, a great local bowling alley. And it's perfect. And that is a wrap. We explored hidden canyons, fed deer and giraffes, found buried treasure, and bowled in a time machine. I can honestly say that my mind is blown by how many incredible hidden gems are hiding in Wisconsin Dells. We came here to see if there was more to the city than just water parks, and the answer is absolutely. These places were so much more memorable and unique than any water slide. It made a wonderful location to launch our first city hit list video. So, what do you think? Which one of these hidden gems was your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're a Dells expert and we missed something amazing, you have to tell me what it is. I might just have to come back for a part 2. And if you had fun watching this, do me a huge favor and destroy that like button and subscribe to City Hit List so you don't miss the next time we uncover the best kept secrets of a city. It helps the channel more than you know. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.